Dang. Damn. I'm watching too much Game Grumps these days. I'm dumb as hell. You know what I wanted to say? Bienvenue, power bottoms. um, yeah, we're not rocking with the camera today. It's a no camera day. It's a no face, no case of feeling feeling bad about being a bit bummy today. So you know, it just be like that. It just be like that sometimes. You know, it's no big deal. It's no biggie. It just be like that sometimes. You know, but high key, we're gonna play a little bit of Apex today. You know, cause why not? I might hop on some gear. I keep on wanting to say Gears of War. You know what? Somebody donate me an Xbox. Somebody donate me an Xbox so I can play Xbox games because I really like Xbox. I'm a fan of the consoles. Although I want to get into PC gaming, so I'm gonna earn enough for PC. And it's just gonna be great because then I can play all the games that I like with the mods and stuff that I be seeing online. And I'm like, that looks so fun. It looks so fun. It looks great. So yeah. But anyway, your boy out here not having the most like particularly awesome day or the worst day, I guess. I've just been asleep or trying to. I'm kind of on this weird sleep schedule right now where I'm basically just trying to stay up until I stay up for 2 days in a row so I fix the schedule. But I'm also at the point where I'm like, I don't care what time. I'm not really busy. I don't have too much going on, so I can sleep through the day, I guess. It doesn't feel too well on my productivity, but being productive on another level.
I'm out of light ammo.
What do you mean? About to say. Just give me the reload, bro. Reload. Reload. But yeah, just kind of out here vibing, relaxing, coming to a state of being where, you know what, something's telling me just not to talk about it. Although I'd like to get to a point where I can like, yeah, I'm just not at the place where I've cemented the information, the lessons that I'm learning, or the state of being that I'm trying to be in, and it'd be ill-advised for me to try to preach anything about it while I'm still working on the walk. So we're just gonna fucking play video games today. How about that? Would you like that? Would you like that, Timmy? Would you like that, Sally? Would you like to see your big brother No Life play some Apex? Yeah, he's not all that great at it, but you know, he gets better sometimes, and sometimes he pops off. He's been known to pop off sometimes. So you guys just sit there, relax. And we're gonna have a good old-fashioned Apex Legends stream. It's real cozy, it's real intimate. I'm at a private party. We don't gotta really worry about anybody else talking, saying nothing. Unless you want to hop into the chat and say something, then you know, then you can do that. But yeah, just kind of vibing, just vibing like ish, like heck out here. Usually get our movement tech going real quick, you know, see if we can, yeah, get our movement tech going. You know what's kind of wild? I will give insider, like I will share my thoughts on whatever I'm thinking at the moment, because why else would I be on here? But I was just thinking just now, like I'm kind of like in between of like I want to be a movement player. I want to be a player whose main focus is movement, getting myself in the position to get the kill, outplaying my opponent within the confines of what is possible in the game. And at the same time, I was also like, you know what? I don't really focus on my aim enough. Or it's like, you know, there's some people that just go out there and just like, if I can shoot the person better than that person can shoot me, then I'm getting that W. And you know what? I feel like no matter what, I feel like I keep trying to distract myself or, you know, differentiate skills to be used at different times when all my skills should be used together. Well, maybe not. Well, actually, I can't even say maybe not all of them, because, I mean, literally all of my skills complement each other. And I feel like that's kind of just the purpose of learning and growing. Is the more you learn, the more you grow, the more you can implement things into what you already know and improve on a much more overall level. I've also been like really linguistic for me. Impeccability of my words. And understanding or overstanding how words may affect one on a much more subconscious level. Like understanding. I feel like I recently came to this conclusion conclusion or epiphany with the term understanding, because I don't like it in particular. There's also like there's an ad that's been showing up on YouTube of a Rastafarian man who's like, you have to be impeccable with your words. So instead of saying understanding, you know, overstanding or standing or something like that. I usually skip it after the first couple minutes unless I'm doing something. But I did watch it for as long as I did, and I got that information, and I was like, you know what? I like that. That's not something that has been like taking words and breaking them down like that has been something that I've been doing over the past few years, or I would say 2 years ago during my first spiritual awakening. I was doing it a lot more. I was much more free to, or a lot less, I dissected everything a lot more than I currently do. And I don't currently dissect everything as much because I feel, you know, some of the information that I was trying to get or trying to like decipher just wasn't important and detrimental to my mental health. So really worrying about the things that I need to worry about and don't really need to worry about anything, honestly, that's another thing. Another thing that's been coming up for me recently is running into, coming across, like, videos, things and whatnot that resonate with my first spiritual awakening when I wasn't necessarily, I mean, like, I can't say that it's like completely just from my mind that these concepts or these ideas like arose, because I clearly am interested in like spirituality, our perspective on our reality and manifestation, how our internal world affects what we see outside. And throughout that first spiritual awakening, I also came to a point where I was like, you know what? I'm just not gonna worry. I'm not gonna worry at all whatsoever, because me worrying puts more energy into that instead of putting energy into what I want to see or what I like to be doing. And it leads to fear. And that's something that, honestly, my first spiritual awakening, and this is why, you know, we get better with time, because in my first spiritual awakening, I wasn't standing in the knowledge of fear and knowing how it's affecting me, what leads to it, what causes it, and how to properly navigate that emotion or feeling. So with that, being very susceptible to fear and like subconscious fears, mostly like social fears. Although, to be honest, I'm also grateful for that, because it's put me in a place where I've been more so open to isolating myself when I need to. And I feel like this time in my life is a time period where I probably don't need to completely isolate myself, and I haven't necessarily, but there is a feeling that if I share too much with the people closest to me, and this is something that I've learned throughout my first relationship as well, if I share too much about what I'm going through internally with people around me, it's going to cause worry and open up doors that don't need to be opened, you know. Not that I want to like hide myself or limit myself to any possibility of like growth or healing, but limiting the outside perspective, limiting the amount of opinion that I'm receiving, if I can, that isn't called for. Like when I come on here and I get in the stream and I talk about stuff, I'm expecting, or not necessarily expecting, but I have high hopes that what I say and what I'm speaking about in terms of manifestation, spirituality, mental healing, health, well-being, and all those things will be resonated with and begin to build a community around it that aren't afraid to open up and talk about these things in a space that isn't judgmental, is kind, inviting, and brings the best out of people and sees people for their best qualities, and one of those best qualities being, you know, introspection and change and growth.
So not being afraid of those parts of yourself that, you know, we may feel that we need to hide away, or we may feel that we need to put down or bring doubt to in order to be in, you know, a society that will accept us. And learning to accept ourselves, learning to accept all the good that we're capable of and all the good that we're doing, regardless of what it looks like at the moment. And that's something that I've kind of had to come to terms with as well. Because, I don't know, during my first spiritual awakening, it kind of felt like I was very much in tune and connected with every and all things. And that my own internal struggles and battles were also the, you know, the battles of common people. So, intentionally or not, what I want to do is go through it and get through it. Learn how best to get through it. And share that perspective in a way that allows others to get to their own sense of, you know, what's the best way for them to get through whatever they're getting through. Because it's different for everybody. We're all different. I just want to be so general that it's almost an open book, and one can find peace, calm, and their own sense of self and creativity when it comes to creating the life around you. Because, yeah, we all got some stuff we want to do. We all have desires. I feel at times I may not, because I have these preconceived notions or internal beliefs that I don't deserve the things I desire, because, and this is something that I'm gonna have to really work on, because there's a major part of me that sees that I'm not necessarily putting in the effort that I'd like to see myself put in. And that part is very, I don't know, it's like, you know, I have so many different perspectives that I look at this from. So it's like, I can't say like, oh yeah, I have this perspective, it's like this, and this perspective is like this. No, it's just you know, a plethora of different ways to view any scenario or situation. And sometimes certain perspectives come up more so than others and are more common to be seen. So when it comes to effort and hard work, the one that usually comes to my attention is the sense of numbness and nothing. And I feel that's because the other one, it's really just like a trickle down effect of, I got mental Reaganomics going on. It's really like it's a trickle down effect, because there's a part of me that sees, all right, I want to be more, I want this, I desire this, I want to be in the energy of having it, well, I guess that's more so, being in the energy of having it is more so something that's recent, so I wouldn't say that's like the normal thing, but it's something that I'm adding to the repertoire, and it definitely is going to help get me through this muck or turmoil that my mind and my body is kind of stuck in. So with this hard work, I feel I want to work hard. I have no problem working hard, but it's like, I'm not gonna but it's also this other feeling that's very cold, and again, like nothingness, numbness. It's like I'm not gonna do anything because that's just who I am. I don't do anything. I'm worthless. I'm hopeless. I'm lazy. And it's like, and I know, and I know, although I need to remind myself a lot more often that that's not truly who I am. Because I'm looking at it from the lens of what is society gonna see me as? What am I doing right now that society can see, that the people around me can see, that is like measurable of any sort of growth or success? And with the way things have been going the past 2 years of mostly being in tune with my own mind, being in tune with my body, and with the way my body is especially, which is a great, I love the synchronicity between how my body operates and how my spiritual awakening or spiritual journey is going. Because it's damn near like a 1-1. When I'm disciplined with my body, I start to see results. I start to see, I can move, I have better control over certain muscles, over certain groups, but at the same time, working out and getting over these past complications with my body in terms of like past injuries, like having, playing basketball so many years, twisting your ankle so many times, and not being properly balanced on your feet anymore. I pulled a groin and never really did any physical therapy for it. So my mind-body connection, and with that growing, having been compensating for the lack of control or muscle in certain areas, the lack of attention to certain areas, it almost seems like a setback. Because now that I'm focusing on fixing the issues in my legs, fixing, it brings up other things that need to be fixed, because these things are connected. Your legs aren't just floating in space. Your mind isn't just floating in space. Attention to detail didn't just arise in a vacuum. You lived a life and you pay attention to the things that you felt were important to pay attention to. And for me, it's the sense of pride. And I love that, which I haven't necessarily seen as a sense of pride, because it's not like a vain thing. I'm not seeing myself as like better than everyone. In fact, it's quite the opposite. But in that, it's still comparing myself to others with almost everything I do. So it's still, I have to have some other in order to know something about myself, and that shouldn't be the case. And it will no longer be the case going forward. As much as I can help it, and it will be a growing process, and it will be a process of learning and feeling, like we do around these parts. And yeah. So yeah, anywho, that's my beginning. I guess we do that around these parts. I think that's gonna be quite good and well for me, of having this structure All right, I've lived out a day, or maybe not lived out a day, because I want this to be like a very solid part of my day, not like it hasn't been the past, good week or two, and a handful. I've been streaming. I've been streaming a lot more than I give myself credit for. At this current moment of watching this, actually, I'm not even going to mention it because, again, focus on the things I want to focus on. I'm getting better at being able to speak and play games at the same time. That's actually pretty cool. I'm having a lot less trouble of, I guess, the past few weeks, I've kind of had a little bit of difficulty in wanting to share, especially on, like, social media that... Well, I guess the theme with me a lot is like removing myself from past people, places, and things so that I can like start anew and feel like I'm not like being judged. But again, I do most of that judging myself, and I kind of start to judge myself from other people's perspectives before they even get a chance to. And because there's people close to me who I'm like, I could maybe know their perspective a little bit better than most. I take it into account more. So that being my reasoning basis behind wanting to like separate or remove myself from like, I don't know, just go out on my own, going on a journey on my own, find who I am for who I am, and not through my own created lens of somebody else's perspective. Whether or not I want to take that as like, oh, I'm just empathetic and I can feel people's energies and their intentions. It doesn't matter. They can feel how they want to feel. They can think how they want to think. They can be who they want to be, and I am only focused on doing the same. Because I feel when I start to take in other people's perspectives or views on how I should live my life or what I should be doing, I tend to think that I mean, I know what I should be doing. Deep down, I know what I should be doing. I know what I'm gonna be doing. I know who I am, and I think at this point I'm tired of explaining. Although I kind of like it because I feel like I'm getting so tired of explaining that it's like the impeccability of my words is increasing because I don't want to leave no room for doubt that I said what I said. That how I feel is how I feel because I said exactly how I feel, and I don't need to reiterate. For the most part, I don't have a problem clarifying it. Even then, lately, I've been really just like, I don't know. There's a point in time where I began opening up and like showing that I'm thinking deeper about things that are on the surface with the people closest to me. And being open to questions or asking questions, which is something I don't usually do. Externally, I guess.
Laying down jammers.
Yeah. So it's, just really being able to shift my perspective from, well, what is somebody going to think about what I'm saying? How would somebody else feel about what I'm saying? And, well, what are the repercussions of what I'm saying? which isn't negative, which isn't bad. It's always good to think before you speak. But it's the thought process that I'm wanting to get to, because it's like thinking that, I don't know. Of course, our words hold weight, but worrying about whether or not that weight is more so on me than on somebody else, treating it as if what I'm saying means so much to somebody else that I have to really monitor and completely change my approach, how I say things, how I do things. And that's just not healthy. Because if I can't just be and be, you know, loved, respected, treated well, treated kind, for just how I am, regardless of how anybody else sees me, then it's more so like I'm being a puppet of the people around me. And that's not cool. That's just not cool. It's not a cool feeling. It's not a very easy concept to understand as well on the outside looking in. But honestly, that's why I'm a tad bit vague sometimes in my like personal life, because you know, I only go so I'm only so deep as, you know, you choose to explore. And I also have the right to just not be as deep whenever I want to be. I have the right to be vague. I have the right to be cryptic at times. Because that's just how I am. I like to view things a little bit, you know, under the surface, and that's kind of just where I'm at most of the time. So, you know, you just have to get used to it if you want to be around me, or if I choose to be around you. And you're also accepting of that, because you have the right to just not pay attention to me. And that's all fine and good. That you know, I think that resonates, because again, I don't want to force somebody to be in my energy. I don't want to force somebody to be around me, and I don't want to keep people around who are, I don't know, spreading of negativity. And that's no shot at anybody. That's just, you know, literally, I'm on a different plane, so just don't worry about it. It's not personal. And that's not trying to be like superior or anything. That's just like, I'm living in my own experience, and I don't mean anything personal by it. I'm just getting to my own health and a greater standing in the knowledge of myself. So in moving in that, I feel like I need to disconnect from some people. No hard feelings, bro. If anything, it's better that I communicate that like that instead of fighting that feeling and then self-sabotage, because, you know, if you don't move, spirit gonna move you. So just, you know, instead of willingly playing the role of, but no, but why can't it be like this? And then my intuition, the universe, God, however you like to call it, would, I personally adopt any and every at any given point in time. I don't particularly see a separation, although I do see a separation in perspective of how they're used. For that reason, I don't tend to use God that often. Although I really like it, because it's also like the although there is in studying like theology and things like that, there is like, well, God is like a title, you know. But again, I don't really want to get on the religious subject until I've really done all my proper research and I'm not leading people to confusion or chaos, and I'm leading people to a more grounding view of reality and spirituality and whatever else we may be bringing up on this channel. So, yeah. Yeah. But if I'm moving away with being guided by the universe and my own internal world to do something, to act on something, to be any particular way, I guess, then it's nothing personal. A great book that I've learned that lesson from, it's either Spiritual Warrior or The Four Agreements. I think same author, forgot their name. But great books, honestly. I need to reread The Four Agreements, to be honest. Spiritual Warrior wouldn't hurt either. Although, when I read Spiritual Warrior, it was kind of like, it was at a time where I was at a job that I really felt wasn't aligning with my spirit. And I quite possibly need to fully focus all of my attention into the creative aspect of my life. The things I want to bring into the world and the way in which I want to do that, and just doing it, putting more energy into just doing it. And it felt like the job I was at was taking all of my energy away. I couldn't really balance the two with being the person I was at the time. And I like that I caught that early. I didn't, because there's times before where I've let myself get fired or get laid off because I knew the job wasn't for me. I knew I didn't want to be at the job anymore, but I didn't know what else to do. And I didn't feel comfortable with exploring my options because I feel, being a bit of a people pleaser and wanting to be, you know, am I doing, like, it's almost like I'm asking everybody around me, like, am I doing good? Is this okay? Is this all right? Can I exist here? You know? With that type of energy, I was kind of just like, I have to have this job, or I have to keep being at this job that I don't particularly like, that doesn't make me feel good, that isn't right for me. Deep down, I know this. But if I stop working, or if I stop doing these things in particular, if I stop being a particular way, then things will change. People will view me differently, and they're not going to be happy because I considered what I was doing already to be the thing that made people happy. Or if not make them happy, just give them, I don't know. I get, I'm before I was very stuck in either two modes, being a people pleaser, wanting to make sure everybody is good around me and their needs are met, or self-sabotaging myself so that I can meet my own needs to a certain degree. So that would be like, yeah, there'll be times where I'll like just sleep all day just because even though I know I have responsibilities, I know that I'm willingly ignoring those responsibilities because it's gonna make somebody mad at me, and I'd rather them be mad at me than, you know, I don't know, than beating myself up about some shit. It's kind of like there's some points in times where I'm willingly looking for a punishment because I feel that's what I deserve. And instead of, like, I don't know, working on how I can be better in that, I would, like, I don't know. I don't know. I kind of just stick in that. I kind of just be like, well, again, that's where the numbness feeling comes in. I'd kind of just be like, well, I'm not good internally, and I don't really have it in me to take care of myself like that. And I don't want somebody else to be burdened with that. So I'm gonna just self sabotage my way into being pushed away. You know, I'm gonna, if I'm in a relationship with somebody, I'm gonna say outlandish things or do outlandish things so that, you know, the other person is like, something's not right here. I need to get out of this and take care of myself. And for whatever reason, situations like that where that's happened, where I've quite literally, like, almost not intentionally, not like really intentionally to be like, let me hurt this person's feelings or let me just be a complete asshole. It's literally, it's like with the intention and knowing that I'm not good right now. I know that what I'm saying isn't going to be good, but it's going to force this person to leave. And I feel like that's the best thing for the both, for either party at the moment, because I'm not good. I don't want to subject somebody to an ungood version of me. So usually that show up in romantic relationships, but even in the past few years, it's showed up in friendships as well. So, and I feel like that hurts a lot more than like romantic relationships, because it's like there's more fish in the sea, but like, I don't know, you can never find that same school of fish you was swimming with, you know. You can find a different one, for better or for worse, but it won't be the same. So yeah, you know, we're just all swimming in this bit. You feel me? But anyway, let's get into a game of I was about to say Rocket League, Apex. Let's play a game of Apex, and then I'm gonna switch over to, I wanted to say Rocket League. My heart is saying Rocket League, but I want God of War. I don't know. I'll meditate on it. Give me a second. Hmm. All right, folks. We're gonna play some Rocket League after this.
and then maybe, maybe some. I mean, I might as well. Maybe some God of War, some Rocket League, some God of War. I gotta really start making these videos. Although it's like I'm kind of giving myself an out because it's like, yeah, but they're VODs. And honestly, if I want to be honestly, I don't particularly want to edit. I'd like to be able to make my content and just stream and then post clips of it, or pretty much have an overlay or a setup that allows my content to be easily redispersed through any number of media types. So like any good YouTuber, I guess. Although without the editing part, which is kind of tough because I can't really say that I want to be a content creator and not edit. It doesn't make sense.
This is awesome. I'm the jump master.
So I'm gonna work on editing.
Don't be so shocked that you're dead. How does she do that?
The only difference between predator and prey is who sees who first.
All right. Jumping at the Jeep.
You have to breathe.
Jump on the Jeep.
I think we should move that way.
I heard that. Going to explore over there. Drop down there.
Round one, beginning countdown.
We're already inside the next ring. Good strategizing. Minus one opponent. Broke their shield. Getting shot at.
First blood.
And it's
Loading.
Reload. Very good. We finish off the whole squad.
Recharging my shields. One sec.
reloading.
Healing.
Evac tower here. Recharging my shield.
Repairing my
Warning.
damages.
Ring movement in progress.
Supply bin here. We're all
New
inside
kill
the ring.
leader appointed.
Watch out for the new kill leader.
Health drawn if you need it. I need optics for an SMG.
Care package being delivered.
Incoming care package. I love loot.
Come and get your birthday present. Extra supplies over here.
Materia. Standard stock kit. Level 2. It'll improve your reload and handle. Materia.
Backpack here. Level 2. Shield battery here.
Optics here. Close range.
Deep. Thanks. Materia.
Materia.
My limit break is ready.
Care package over there.
Okay. Optics here. Shield battery here.
Contact with hostile. Target over there.
I heard that. Go ahead.
Setting up a zipline.
My ultimate's ready to go.
Round 2. Beginning ring countdown.
Next ring's far.
Replicator being delivered.
Replicator on its way.
Hostile spotted.
I heard that.
Half the squads remain.
Opponent far.
Must be something good that way.
Okay.
45 seconds. Rings far. Come and get your birthday present.
Grappling.
Evo shield here. Level 3. Knockdown shield. Shield battery here.
Calling dibs.
Scale laser sight here. Level 3.
Warning. Movement in progress.
Thanks.
Rings. You're welcome.
Salamat.
You're welcome. I love you too. Here I go.
Attention. Delivering care package.
You hear that? There's a care package coming down.
Zip line here. Hope no one has a thing for heights.
Care package over there.
Copy that.
Target care package over there.
Copy that. Enemy over there.
Care package over there.
Hostile over there.
Think they can handle my jammers?
Using grapple. Look out, grenade. Taking damage. Recharging shields.
I'm down.
Loading.
Fire, friends.
Getting shot at. Reloading.
Wrecked an enemy shield.
Fuck, I'm fucking taking fire.
Kill leader.
Giving my shields a recharge.
Recharging my shield. Don't worry about me.
It broke their shield now. Recharging my shields.
Bring close at 30. Nearly there though.
Shield battery here.
I'm healing up.
I am repairing myself.
Body shield here. Level 4.
Let's go that way. Rest easy now. My ultimate's charged.
The ring's moving, friends.
Attention. Delivering care package.
Care package coming down. Help food you need here or a top up.
Hostile over there. Contact with hostile.
Oi, my ultimate is ready. Oh, yes.
Enemy over there.
Enemy over there. Shooting. Hostile close. Listen up, I'm getting shot at.
Broke that enemy shield.
Amping you up. Laying down jammers.
Giving my shields a recharge. Care package over there.
Round 4.
Alright, another squad is here. Look alive.
Took out an enemy. I am taking fire, friends.
Here's your birthday present.
Recharging shields. Don't worry about it. Enemy nearby.
Zipline deployed.
Battery, here. Rings nearby. 1 minute till close.
to me. Maybe I
Enemy
can
over
sneak a peek
there.
at their gear.
I'm spotted, taking fire. 45 seconds. Just giving my shields a recharge. After right here.
Only 2 out of squad left. 30 seconds.
Recharging my shields. 1 sec.
Recharging shields.
Just giving my shields a recharge.
The ring's close. 10 seconds.
Taking shots here.
I'm getting shot at.
Giving my shields a recharge.
Recharging my shields. Let's get you back on your feet, Kapatid.
One in the squad. Deploy it on your feet. Lifelines got your back. Just giving my shields a recharge.
Recharging my shield. 1 sec.
Shields out.
This way, let's go.
I have been down.
I'm healing up.
Second. I gotcha. Patching myself up
Right
again.
over here.
Using my Phoenix kit.
Getting some damage over here.
Rings nearby. 1 minute till close.
I've been down.
Here we go. Jammer time. He'll be back up before he gets
Contact. Contact with hostile.
Recharging my shields.
We have our Apex champions.